ever had a dream where you dreamt in slow motion?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what happened. We hit impact, and everything became like a dream to me in slow motion. And it was like a spinning slow motion, and water was everywhere. I mean, everywhere. The power of the water hitting me, and it really felt like a dream. I mean, if I would have died then, it would have been, I guess, an easy way out because I would have never really known what hit me. But all of a sudden, the motion, the slow motion, everything stops. I realized, God, you crashed in the plane, but you're still alive. I still have my senses about me. So you've crashed in the plane, but you're still alive, and I'm still in the cockpit. I was riding shotgun. Bobby was behind me. I believe Bobby, I'm pretty sure Bobby was behind. Yeah, he was. Bobby was behind me, and Gary Hart was sitting next to Bobby behind Buddy Colt. But anyway, I realized crashing the plane, you're still alive. That's a miracle in itself. And you got to get out of here and free yourself. And the fuselage, I'm going down with the fuselage. It's sinking, and I'm strapped into my seatbelt. And I'm reaching down trying to get my seatbelt off because it's a slow submerging process, but I'm slowly submerging, and I had cowboy boots on. And in the passenger seat with the cockpit up front, riding shotgun, you have you have foot pedals. So somehow those foot pedals, my feet got lodged underneath those foot pedals, and it kind of crushed, and I couldn't get my feet out. And now I'm really fighting because I know now, oh man, you survived the crash, but you're going to drown. That was my next. Yeah, I think now you can't get out. Now you're going to drown, and I'm fighting like a son of a gun to try to free myself up. I get my seatbelt off, and finally, the grace of God, I mean, my feet just came out of those cowboy boots, and I came up to the surface. So, you're immediately, you're in shock. I mean, so you're in shock, but I'll never forget it. Here I am, I'm treading water out in Tampa Bay.
Were you really far off the shore?
They say, I've heard quarter to half a mile. But I tell you, Ricky, I couldn't tell you. But far enough, I can tell you that.
Yes.
I mean,
I got
definitely far enough. You're in survival mode now. Your adrenaline's pumping like crazy. But I'm treading water, and the water's choppy, obviously, with the whitecaps. It's choppy, and I don't hear anything but water crashing. I hear nothing. And now I'm thinking, I'm the only one that survived because I don't hear any voices or anything. And I yelled out, hey, is everybody okay? Everybody okay? Nothing. I mean, nothing. And then I yelled out again, is everybody okay? And then I hear Gary Hart say, yeah, I'm over here. And Gary must have been, I don't know, 25, 30 yards from me. I guess, he got thrown out. Then I heard Buddy Colt's voice, but no Bobby Shane's voice.
Yes.
Yeah, there was never a Bobby Shane's voice. And Bobby went down with Bobby. I got out. Bobby went down with the plane. He never got out. So I don't know if he was killed on impact or if he drowned because Bobby couldn't swim. And I do know that he was deathly afraid of the water. I made a couple of feeble attempts to try to look for him, but they were feeble. It's pitch black. You can't see anything. You're in shock. So finally, we made our way to finally we just saw the lights of the residential area, and we swam to the dock. And Buddy couldn't stand up because of his legs were really messed up. My feet were both crushed. We got down. Fortunately, it was low tide. If it had been high tide, I don't know. We may all drowned out there, but it was low tide, and Buddy and I were hanging on to this dock, this pier, the doctor's pier, and Gary got up on our shoulders, and like a bloody monster, he went to the house, pounded on the door. A doctor came to the door, and they called the hospital, and 911 did, and they came and scooped us out of the water.
I know by listening to your voice, it's hard to talk about that. Things in our business that we've done on the road. I've been in a lot of situations, not that bad. I mean, I flew with Ronnie Garvin a couple of times, and gosh, after that, man, I was commercial all the way. But, and I'm sorry for that situation because not only that, in that crash, he lost one of the greatest minds in our business that went down with it too. But thank you for telling us that story. Never really asked you about it before because, you know, it wasn't the right time and the right place. But I think you telling me and letting the fans know, I think it's to understand what you go through to be in our business and what you go through to be now and who you became and all that and to overcome all that, Austin. I mean, that's a lot for me. I may have for you to tell me that.
Well, and the thing about it is, you know, life is a learning experience. You know, it's a learning experience, and I tell you, I learned a lot from that. I really learned a lot from that because at the time, you know, I'm a young kid still, you know, and I'm chasing my career, and you know, after I really did all the rehab and you know, kind of got my head back together a little bit, you know, I realized that, you know, life can end real quickly. You know, it's like a light switch. You can turn off the switch and bang, all of a sudden it's all over. So it really helped me kind of get, for me personally, prioritizing what was most important to me.